Is it possible to survive 72 hours without dying in the Project Zomboid mall? This is normally what the mall looks like. Zombies everywhere, no places to run to or hide in, and there was a bit of a problem. Other than seeing it on YouTube, I've never been inside the mall. I just had to learn the layout and come up with a plan while doing the runs. So with a lot to learn and figure out, let's get started. The first run was not the best. I spawned up on the roof of the mall and found a building I couldn't open. So I smashed the window and the glass cut up both of my feet and my whole right arm. So after bandaging all the wounds, I had just accepted death at that point. Which brings us to run 2, which had a much better start. I went down the stairs of the roof and found an open supply shed and acquired our first actual weapon. So I got ready to enter the mall for the first time when my foot started to randomly bleed. Why? I didn't know why that was happening at the time, but I'd figure out why later. Regardless, it was time to take my actual first step inside the mall. All I had to do was open this door.
Oh, fuck you, fuck you, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, die, die, die. Just fucking die, come on.
I had it pretty much under control at this point, so I killed the rest of them. And after killing only 2 more stragglers, I was finally inside the mall. But I had no clue where I was going. So I explored around and found a little storage room with some useless items. And I found out that I shouldn't really open every door that I see. But from this encounter, I got the opportunity to use a door strat that I learned from Rick's Detrix, who I actually got the inspiration for this video from. So go check out his video in the description if you want.
Come on. No. Close, 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 yes.
After I was finally safe, I went out to explore more of the mall and see what I had to offer. And that's when I made a crucial mistake.
No.
I had been acting careless and had been bitten by one of the zombies. I shouldn't care because I could just restart, but I kind of felt proud of how far I got knowing as little as I did. So I just accepted my fate and moved on. I went into run 3 knowing I needed a plan. So far, I've only seen this much of the mall and had a lot more to explore. But I did know from some YouTube videos that there was a gun store in here, so I tried my best to find a way in and actually stand a chance in this mall. But at the start of the run, I already had a problem. The supply shed I was able to loot before was locked, and with no access to any weapons at the start, I just tried to shove the door down. And before I succeeded, the zombies had broke their own door down. But since there were only 2 of them, I took them out pretty easily and decided to explore the halls yet again. And that's when I found this nearby supply room. This room was full of tools and weapons that I could consistently loot every single run I do. But after kitting up, I realized that I might have attracted too much attention.
No, 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 stop. 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 Stop.
After somehow escaping that nightmare, I killed the rest of them and went to explore what was past the storage room. And what I found was just a kitchen appliance store. But I did find something that might be very useful. That is a zombie with a backpack. If I got this, I'd be able to run and loot stores much easier. All I had to do was kill it and any other zombies I attracted. With it finally dead, I looted the backpack and tried to clear out a separate room. And that's where I learned that the hallways are not always the safest place for me to be.
No. Yes.
After getting out of that mess, I went to cool down and went directly back in to look for the gun store, and I might have died. But I did learn a lot from this run, specifically that the supply room is located here. But I also needed to find this gun store and actually stand a chance to survive the 72 hours in this mall. So for run 4, I'd change it up. I'd wait for the zombies to break down the door, then run past them and try to explore as much as I can and hopefully find this gun store. And it worked, but not for too long. So I tried it again, yelling to hopefully make the zombies break down the door faster, but that wasn't the best idea.
Oh, there's so many.
For run 6, I decided to first get a weapon in the supply room, then go walk around the mall, and I finally made it out. I ran around the entire second floor, finding a meat store where I can get some food, a beer store, and possibly even a hardware store, but no matter what I did, none of the stores on the second floor looked like the gun store I was looking for. So after going to find water to let my character take a break, I got swarmed by zombies.
Oh, fuck. No. No.
And the next run was similar, no gun store, and I got swarmed in the end. But run 8 was different than all the others. It started with an alarm going off, which had never happened in any other run. So I started to look around, and there were no zombies. I checked the footage, and this run was on survival mode, but something made the zombies just not populate the mall. And I was going to restart the run, but that's when I noticed that this was an opportunity to see exactly which stores had the good loot and to finally find the gun store. So with the chance to map this place out, I took it, and I found a hardware store, 4 food stores, and some zombies, which made it even weirder that there was so little in the mall. After killing the zombies though, I finally found the gun store. But there was no way in from the front, so I went around the back and found a door. After breaking it down, there was a ton of loot. I found 10 guns, 14 ammo canisters containing more rounds than I could shoot in the 72 hours I tried to stay in this mall. The only problem is that when I had to loot it for real, I wouldn't be able to carry all these guns back to any safe spot. But now that I knew what I was doing, I restarted the run. Not continuing this one because it wouldn't feel right if I survived because of a bug. Before we start though, we have to talk about the map. The 4 food stores I found are here, the hardware store here, and the gun store is located right here. It's pretty far from where I start, but it wouldn't take too long to run to. So that was my goal, get something to break that back door, break it, loot the guns, and try my best to survive past that. But before I get started, every sub I got in this video is a zombie killed in a future video. So change the title of that video by clicking the button and subscribing. It'd mean a lot. And now that I was ready to get started, I went down the stairs and got ready to enter the mall yet again. And my foot started bleeding randomly, just like it did before. And I realized that this entire time I didn't have any shoes on my character, meaning every walk over broken glass, over dead bodies, even every stomp on zombies' heads was without any shoes, which shows that I'm not the best at this game, but I'm learning, I think. Now with that fixed, I restarted and I was ready to begin run 10. I started by getting to the supply room and looting a crowbar, an item that would allow me to break down the gun shop door easily. Next, I beelined it for that back entrance that I'd only been at 2 runs ago. I took a long way around, but it was alright. I made it down the stairs, back through a neighboring store, and I was there. But I realized that I needed to clear the area first, because if I didn't, the sound of the banging would attract the horde. So I ran, attracting as many as I can, but I was faced with the problem. My character was constantly getting exhausted, and the strategy just wouldn't work with my current traits, so I just restarted with the runner perk. And now as a runner, I was much more confident. I ran faster than I did last time, making all the way around the mall without breaking a sweat. First, I tried and lure the zombies away from the gun store, and with seemingly unlimited stamina, it was looking possible. But the zombies just wouldn't leave the area, so I went to the hardware store, hopefully finding a weapon that I could use to break down that back door. And I found one, so I started to return to the back entrance, but knowing that the horde was still there and knowing that there was one chasing me, I prepared to fight for my life. But there were barely any zombies, so taking this opportunity, I started to try and break the door open. But as I said before, the hitting noises were way too loud, and it wouldn't be too long until a whole lot more zombies noticed that I was there. And they had. There was a group that was somehow making their way all the way through the gun shop, opening the front and now back entrance. And with the door now open, this was my opportunity to get in there. But first, I'd had to fight off this group. My main weapon had broke, and with no way to effectively kill this many remaining zombies, I had to run. I tried to loop around and get in the door behind the group, and after some trial and error... No, go. Come on. It actually worked. I was finally inside the gun shop in a normal run, but there were so many zombies in there. So I kind of panicked and started to look for a gun as fast as I can. And after grabbing the first gun I couldn't find any ammo for it. So then and there, I made a crucial decision. Rather than leave and come back, I'd risk it and lock myself in this side room. Now this room had lots of ammo, but I just had to hope that I'd find the right ammo in time and load the gun before the horde broke down the door. But I couldn't find out what ammo type this gun was or find anything that would look like it would work. And soon enough, the inevitable happened.
man.
Now, listen, I have been trying to survive in this mall for 4 hours straight and failing every time. But this was not the end. Even though I just had my hands on a gun and wasn't even able to fire it, I was going to get in that gun store, grab a bunch of guns, and succeed at this challenge. Which brings us to the final run of the video. Run 12. And to show that this run was going to be different this time, I changed my shirt color to blue. And I don't really know why exactly I thought that would work, but I mean, I was trying to stay motivated. I started by shouting at the zombies, which ended up badly last time, but I knew what I was doing now. I lured the zombies away from the door and sprinted through, going directly to the supply room to get some weapons to break that back entrance door at the gun shop. And I got a good amount, but I needed something specific, something that I'd only find at the hardware store. So I ran there, barreling past any zombie in my way. And I made it. Even though it was full of zombies, I was determined to find what I was looking for. And I did. It was a hammer. Now, a hammer and screwdriver are two tools that are required to properly disassemble a door. And compared to hitting the door, it'd make much less noise and attract much less zombies. And since I already had a screwdriver from the supply room, I was ready to finally open this door myself and get my hands on a working gun. So off I went. I knew I'd attract a horde, so I needed to buy myself some time and distract the horde with something. And using this clothing store as sort of an airlock that the horde would have to go through was perfect. I now only had to kill a few zombies in the hallway, and I was in the home stretch. I started disassembling the door as I remembered every single death and hours spent in this mall had all led up to this very moment. And the door had broken. I was in. But I couldn't find any guns in these storage containers until I found something perfect. This is an RPD, and to my knowledge, it's one of the best guns that you can use for this application. So I crossed my fingers that I'd find some ammo and not end up like last time I was in here. And it turns out I found a whole canister of it. So I looted as much ammo as I could with the limited amount of space I had, and I loaded the gun. And well, you know what happened next. I felt unstoppable because I had a gun with a 100-round mag and nothing else to shoot at but zombies. The only downside is that it just took a while to reload, but when it was reloaded, it worked a little too well. I killed zombie after zombie, trying my best to somewhat clear a section of the mall out, but there were hundreds, even thousands of them, and I only had about 500 bullets for this gun specifically. And speaking about bullets, I had ran out of ammo. So I went back to the gun store and picked up some that I left there, and just kept killing as many zombies as I could. But it didn't even seemed like I was making a dent. And on top of that, whenever I shot, the entire mall of zombies concentrated in that one area. So staying in one spot was not the best idea. So I kept moving and killing and moving and killing. And it started to feel like a never-ending cycle. Was there an end to this? Should I just hide in the corner and try to last the rest of these 72 hours out? But before I could decide, that's when I simply made one mistake. And in Project Zomboid, sometimes that's all it takes. No! The hours of trying my best to survive in this mall all led to this one moment, and I blew it. So that's it. This is the end of my attempts because I don't really know what to do to survive in this mall anymore. And the best I could do with my own strategies is just 12 hours. And this is where you come in because I want to continue this challenge. So comment below any strategies that you think I can use or anything that I can improve on. Or just join my Discord and tell me directly what I'm doing wrong. Subscribe if you enjoyed. Let me know if you like this style of editing, and thank you so much for watching.